Which means woof or yes are all you say. Things like no don't come out of my dogs.
It should have been me, not him!
So I'm sitting there minding my own business, right? And then I look at my recommended page and look at this goofy ass shit. Makima did nothing wrong. Damn, that's insane.
But I'm going to play the devil's advocate again by nuancing her acts.
She molested a child. Multiple times. Fun fact, this is the definition of sexual assault. Like, quick tangent, but I think it should be noted that Denji is unable to give consent considering he is, like, mentally stunted.
From the very beginning, she tells Denji that he must obey her like a dog would. She really treats him like an animal.
And this has clearly, like, left some sort of impact on him considering he's letting girls sit on him for 10 yen an hour. Genuinely, one of the most horrifyingly realistic things about Chainsaw Man is how the sexual abuse in this relationship between Denji and Makima leaves, like, lasting shit. Like this shit stays with you.
Moreover, at first sight, it seems that this treatment is somehow imposed by her position, because she lets believe that she is only obeying those above her.
There's no doubt in my mind that the public safety higher-ups would definitely tell Makima to, like, sexually assault this child so they can get what they want out of him, but, like, she still did it.
In the end, she is just a woman doing her job.
If your job includes raping children, maybe you shouldn't do it.
I swear to God, not simping for a child.
In the end, we don't really know what to think of Makima. We don't know if we should hate her or not.
What do you mean we? Nintendo? No.
Like, I genuinely fucking hated this bitch, even before it was revealed that she was a fucking devil. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Makima's plan was to build Denji a greater happiness than the one he had before with Pochita, and then to break it completely, in order to break the pact between Denji and Pochita, and thus to wake up the real Chainsaw.
I'm not sure how you can say Makima did nothing wrong when what she does to Denji to do this is fucking horrifying.
You selfish bitch, I hope you fucking burn in hell for this shit!
And she would beat him to dominate him and manipulate him as she wished, to make him eat devils to make a better world, like making hunger, war, or even death disappear by beating and eating the corresponding devils. And that changes everything.
It doesn't change the fucking child molestation. Like, what the fuck are you fucking smoking? God fucking damn it.
Because if we assume that everything she has done since the beginning was only meant to get there,
Sex with kids,
and that it was the only way to get there,
sex with,
then the question is settled. Makima has done absolutely nothing wrong.
and I could genuinely end it right there. Man really woke up and said, let me defend a child molester. But then the video would be really short, and that's kind of boring.
On the contrary, imagine a world without war.
Sex.
A world where even death does not exist.
The entire point behind Chainsaw Man's story is that there is no such thing as a life free of bad things. You can't really live life if there's not, like, a consequence. So you just prove that you're media illiterate, you fucking dumbass.
To imagine that in order to create such a world, you simply have to psychologically torture a kid by killing all the people he is attached to.
Oh yeah, just let me ruin a kid's life real quick. No biggie, you know?
Of course it will be horrible for him.
She clearly doesn't give a fuck.
And if one is logical, it is refusing to do so that would be morally reprehensible. More than 157,000 people die every day. That is more than 57 million a year.
This doesn't justify shit.
Can you imagine sacrificing the lives of all these people just to keep one kid happy?
She could have just not done it.
To keep a few people alive, who will also die sooner or later? You can see that it is quite difficult to be on Denji's side and not Makima's from this point of view.
Not really, and like, did we forget that Makima's a child molester?
And yet that's what the majority of the readers, including me, will do. And that's what's so interesting. For me, what Fujimoto wanted to show here is the limits of consequentialist morality, and more particularly of utilitarianism. Consequentialism is one of the most widespread philosophical positions on morality, and revolves around a principle that seems logical and even obvious. In order to act morally, to be a good person, we should not think about our actions itself, but about the consequences of our actions. Morality being not a matter of principle, but of purpose. This whole being, according to the most known branch of consequentialism, the utilitarianism of the philosopher Jeremy Bentham, to maximize general happiness. To make it very simple, every man must act in order to make the world better. Moreover, this sensitivity to utilitarianism can vary greatly from one individual to another, and this is also what is interesting.
Light and Makima would actually be pretty good friends, honestly. Like them and Griffith.
There is a phrase by the philosopher and psychologist William James that is very beautiful and sums up this problem perfectly. If we were presented with the hypothesis of a utopian world where the happiness of millions of people would be permanently assured on the one and only condition that some lost soul at the end of the world must endure a life of solitary torture. What is it, if not a skeptical and independent kind of emotion, which would make us immediately feel, even when the impulse to seize the happiness thus often rises in us, how hideous a thing it would be to enjoy it when it would be deliberately accepted as...
I get it!
Because yes, in truth, Makima doesn't care about the fate of humanity.
No fucking shit.
In truth, her only goal was to find the Chainsaw Man devil, as she is her biggest fan.
I think it's funny when people call Asa a femcel when Makima is like 10 times worse than her.
Her fight against him is probably the only moment in the whole manga where Makima is happy.
Quick side note, but I love how fucking stoned out of her goddamn mind Makima looks during the fucking Hero of Hell fight. What the fuck is that?
First time I heard that one! Lying about lying!
And so can we say that Makima is good or bad?
Fucking yes. She's fucking awful.
In fact, Makima is a character for whom I have a lot of pity. She was a victim of her own nature, of the fact that her very existence was the embodiment of domination.
I think Goku said it best.
It's simple. If you want good things to happen in your life, you have to be good.
Is she really responsible for her actions?
Fucking yes!
We already know the